Hey YouTube, this is Caleb here, and I know I'm a little late on this, but a few weeks ago, Kings Island announced Orion, their new B&M Giga Coaster, and let me say, I was very blessed to be able to attend the announcement. Thank you so much to Kings Island for letting me be a part of this announcement, and let me say that I am super excited for this coaster. I know some people are disappointed in the stats here, but remember, stats don't always matter. Look at rides like Mystic Timbers or Maverick. Those rides received a lot of hate for the stats when they were first announced, and then blew people away when they came out. So and also looking at the elements on this coaster and looking at the POV, it has potential if you ask me. So let's take a look at this. Let's take a look at the ride information here. The ride manufacturer, Bolliger and Mabillard, B&M. Coaster type steel, classification giga, which according to B&M it's actually a hyper. They actually B&M classifies their gigas as hypers, like Fury 325 and Leviathan are considered hypers. And then lift/launch system, chain lift hill, duration 3 minutes, trains 3 trains with 8 cars. Riders are seated 4 across in a single row for a total of 32 riders per train. So this will be a very high capacity ride. See the capacity here, 1,650 riders per hour. This will be a lot like Fury 325 and Leviathan, not like Diamondback, where Diamondback has the stadium-style seating, while this has the typical 4-seat across trains. So that will differentiate. And then ride opening, spring 2020. Here's the stats here. Track length, 5,321 feet. Height of first drop, 300 feet. Length of first drop, 447 feet. I know some people are confused on that, but that's more track length, not the actual height. It's more track length. So that includes the drop and get to the bottom where you curve out. That's like if you took all that and made that straight and put it all the way from the top to bottom, it would be 447 feet. And then total number of hills is 8. What they classify as hills, they classify all the elements as hills. So. And then height of hills, 287 feet, 174 feet, 202 feet, 56 feet, 147 feet, 125 feet, 90 feet, 83 feet, and then the top speed, 91 miles an hour. Now, here's the thing. The main people that this is causing an argument, because the lift hill is 287 feet, and then the drop is 300 feet. This is causing a lot of arguments on, is this a giga or not? In my book, this is a giga coaster because the drop is 300 feet to me. And if you want proof, look at Apollo's Chariot. Apollo's Chariot has a height of under 200 feet and then has a first drop of over 200 feet. So that's a hyper. And they classify it as that. Now, there is now theories on why did they not go taller. And the thing is, the speculation is that Cedar Fair did not want to outdo Millennium Force. I'm not part of those people. I don't really get that claim. I get that maybe they didn't want to, but I just don't believe that. I think it had more to do with the cost and land kind of thing and the stuff like that. Because I've heard that the cost of steel has gone up in recent years. And because remember, this also costs about the same as it did to build the park in 1972. So that's around 35 million right there. So this is an expensive ride. So I think it had more to do with cost than not wanting to outdo another coaster up to the north. So let's look at these pictures right here. This is the layout right here. If you look at the layout, you see you go up the lift hill, drop, you have this kind of overbank kind of thing. Here's a rendering right here where this thing's going to absolutely dominate the Kings Island skyline. So when you're driving up to the park and then when you're walking around the park and you're looking at the racer, you're going to see this thing just shooting up over the park skyline. It's going to look awesome. Can't wait to see how this looks. Another look at that from the backside, which I actually live behind the park where that is facing, right there. like, I kind of live behind the camera, but it's way far back. And then got that giant helix, which actually looks a lot like that turnaround on Shambhala in Spain. And that turnaround does look very good on Shambhala. So I have high hopes for this one. And then you got that like kind of overbank wave turn kind of thing. That's kind of a mix. It's not like the typical RMC wave turn, but this thing's gonna like get some nice sideways feeling. You might get some airtime, but I don't know about that. But hopefully you get maybe some airtime. And then here's part of the layout here. So, in conclusion, I think this is going to be an amazing fit for this park. For years, people, including me, have wanted a giga coaster at Kings Island. So we're finally getting it. I say people need to stop complaining and appreciate what we're getting. Some people are just whining and crying like that, and saying like, "Oh, this is terrible. Oh, Cedar Fair hates us." La la la. If they didn't really care about us, we would not have gotten this coaster. Spending $30+ million on this coaster shows that Cedar Fair is willing to put in this investment. This is a big investment, so I think that that we need to appreciate what we're getting. Yes, and I believe this is. I think this has lots of potential right here. This has lots and lots of potential that I think will be an amazing ride no matter what. This will probably be, in my opinion, the best ride in the park. And in my opinion, I think it might be better than Millennium Force. And if you know me, I absolutely love Millennium Force up at Cedar Point. So this definitely looks like a better coaster if you ask me. This looks a little bit better, but could be about the same. And also, one of the best things about Millennium Force is the first drop. And this has the same height of first drop as Millennium Force. So it'll feel about the same. And that drop is really fun where it feels like you're continuously falling. That's going to be so much fun. I am so excited for this coaster. And I can't wait to try and ride this coaster around opening weekend 2020. So thank you for watching this analysis on Orion at Kings Island. Be sure to like, subscribe, comment, and share with your friends, and turn on those post notifications so you cannot miss another Hawaiian Coasters video. Also, before we leave, I want to take a look at this. That X base is actually being rethemed to Area 72, kind of a reference to both Area 51 and then the year the park opened. And that's also starting some whole Storm Area 72 memes, kind of like that whole Storm Area 51 thing. But see, that's so like and the theme of this coaster is around this being about there being a new planet in the Orion constellation, and that this is like a kind of simulator that us people and guests we are volunteers to test this thing. So it's kind of like a test thing, and this is going to be a nice coaster. I have hopes for nice theming in the queue line as well as the station. I'm hoping for a nice soundtrack, kind of like Mystic Timbers, like a space-style themed soundtrack. Because I watched like a queue line video of Disaster Transport of Cedar Point, which I never got the chance to ride Disaster Transport, but what I've seen on like YouTube and some videos, it has like a nice little soundtrack. I'm hoping for something kind of similar of a soundtrack, or at least some type of space soundtrack. Not really Millennium Force's station music, even though I like it. I'm thinking more of like a kind of instrumental, kind of space-sounding soundtrack. Kind of similar to what we heard in like the announcement video. But anyway, I'll see you guys all in the next video. And so stay tuned for more videos on Orion, as well as other amusement park news. See you guys later.